can use the mill, I'm tapping the ends of this because that's how the wheels attach. And then once the power comes back, I can take...
Oh! No
Would you look
way.
at that?
What are the odds?
So now once I tap these, I can put it in the mill and cut a keyway into it, so I can key all the stuff on there, and then put the bearings on, mount it up, put a chain, and then go for a rip or something like that. That makes it sound a lot quicker and easier than it is, of course, but you know, we'll get there. This is actually exciting. This is the first time I've used the mill to cut a keyway, which is, you know, one of the main things you'd want to do with a mill. I have my 1/4-inch key stock here and this fresh 1/4-inch cutter. So now I just have to get it all lined up and figure out the depth. We'll just do a nice little pass at a time. Got the keyways cut into both sides of this, which means that now we can go like this and then put this on there, and then we can put these on there, and then we can put this on there. There's a lot of things that go on there. I'm gonna see if you see what's wrong with this picture.
Well, that's not spinning on the bearing, it's just spinning around the
bearing's just there to hold the space. But what they did is they made the front and rear wheels identical. So they didn't have to make two different kinds of wheel.
Oh.
And then they just, bearing, all that does is center it. It could just be a piece of bushing, or it could be a piece of heavy plastic.
That seems more expensive to make it just a bushing.
Well, it's probably a lot less expensive than making two different molds. And then I have some bearings and bearing housings that I scrounged up from our piles of scrap. I have 3 options and none of them match, so, you know, that's good. On today's episode of Overkill Engineering, we have a CAD file for making a mount for these things so that I can mount this to this frame. Wow, look at that. We'll even put the right Allen key back on here. Miraculous.
It's crazy what happens when you get old.
Well, it is your birthday.
Is your birthday today, actually?
Yeah. I'm old. Officially.
Well,
Making
happy
better
birthday, old
decisions.
Hold up a second, Will. Where's your phone at?
No! No!
Should have done this before putting these on the axle, but here we are. Yeah, look at that. That looks very premium. And I can weld a little bit on this side and then weld a little on the back side. Of course, I have to get some paint off of it first. That's why your daily driver will, but that's how we can get from speeding.
Next time we see you with your phone in your pocket.
No.
Oh no.
What we're doing is installing some firewood in our car.
Oh, nice.
As like an inverted hood prop. Now I can set the motor in there and gravity will keep it in place.
Oh, nice.
That's going forward, right? If the tires are spinning that way, the ground's going this way, that's okay, just double checking.
Yep.
Just making sure I'm not losing it.
Will, I have some bad news for you.
Oh!
It's a spicy Pac-Man. I need a bigger one that's gonna come in like, oh wait, well this isn't the Pac-Man, it's the Ghost. Power Wheels. We got some different sizes of sprockets, a hub, and another one of these doodads to hold that other bearing properly. It's quite plausible to have a test drive later today.
Oh, that would be premium.
You know, some burnouts in the shop. Oh, this thing needs front brakes, so you can just do a brake stand and just roast the tires. Yeah, if I grind out some of the plastic underneath that, I should be able to just swing the motor down until that chain's reasonably tight. Secondary motor mount / frame reinforcement bar. So it'll go from here to here underneath the axle, and then it'll bolt to probably 2 of these bolt holes here, ideally. Oh, I hear Edwin out there droning around. Anyway, and then that doesn't really give any adjustability for the chain, but I'm not too worried about it because it's such a short chain, it'll stay tight enough to work. On today's episode of Extreme Over-Engineering, there's my motor mount plate. This is how I enjoy life, is by making things incredibly overly complicated.
This wouldn't have been a build if it didn't have hexagons.
It really wouldn't have been, you know? Robot's in a good mood today. I was really close to this working. And by really close, I mean super far away. The problem is I was looking at my tape with my head held upside down, and I read the number on the wrong side of the number. Works excellent as a slag knife, though. Look at that, just knocks right off of there. No, I think I can make it work. Many things.
Where's your phone, Will?
No, bro.
I just saw you with that look on your face.
You have a little phone, you wouldn't know the struggles.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Hook up the speed controller and battery and watch it spin. Also, there's still a little bit of flex over here, simply because of trying to weld structural components to a Power Wheels chassis. You can see this whole bar here just kind of wiggles, which I can reinforce that, but I just kind of want to see how much it moves when the motor loads up. That's going forward, right? Ground is passing from front to back. That's going to be insanely quick. Yeah. It looks like it's getting very loose. So I was still having a little bit of flex in this bar, so I just went hunting in the scrap pile and I found this piece of scrap that is the perfect length. Put a little notchy, dippy thing in there so that I can make another one for the other side of the motor, because it's just not becoming rigid in the way I want it to be. Helps if you plug in the air hose.
Will?
What? No! No!
Well,
Oh!
Will, okay, knowing you and knowing that you're a comedian at heart,
I'm not doing
I
this.
swear
promise.
you're doing it on purpose.
I'm not doing it on purpose. I don't want to
You
do
just
this.
want to be jacked and you want to make
No.
everyone laugh. That's my
I
hypothesis.
don't want to be jacked.
Wait, you don't want to be jacked?
I want to be able to slither into tight places. And if you're jacked, you can do that.
There's like medium levels of jacked, Will. Look at that.
massive.
Got a couple little tabs I had laying around. Bolted onto there. So we mount the speed controller right there. Oop, which points the cables straight up to the front where the battery's going to be. Disassemble this whole axle setup, remove these disc brakes because we don't need them, and I'm gonna have to all the way disassemble it because I also have to put this in the mill and cut another keyway for this. I really started enjoying this project once it was an excuse to use the mill. I have a problem. We're gonna have to have like you guys are probably gonna have to have a hexagon intervention for me at some point, but not yet, not today. That works alarmingly well. Now that's what we call luck. See that hexagon I made? It fits over the end of that bolt.
Oh.
Check it out. We got brakes. Look at that. The moment of truth. Does this fit back on? Ultimate sleeper mode. Engaged. So, I have a theory here. This is the throttle that we got with this kit from Electro & Co. It's a cable actuated throttle, which is perfect for most situations because you can run it with anything. But, I've looked at the wires coming out of the throttle that came in this. This came with a speed controller that would have functioned rather similarly to this one, just less premium. It has 3 wires coming from its pedal that are the same colors as these 3 wires. Now, check the throttle panel here. Woohoo! Yeah, look at that, it's even variable, so I can do a light throttle, or some slow speed action, or some full throttle action. All right, well that works. Awesome. Now I don't actually have to make a new throttle. I can just use the one that's built into it. We'll put this on a shelf somewhere, forget about it. Yeah, look at that. Now I can access my brakes right here. Very nice. After a bit of frustration with trying to bleed these brakes and get them to work, I discovered that the master cylinder that I had chosen out of the box of random brake parts was not really working right. Even after being bled, it wasn't really pushing any fluid, so maybe it's just worn out. Who knows? It's a mystery part. But I found another one off of a different machine that I think actually has the same mounting bolt spacing, so I can use the same bracket that I already welded on. And it has a remote reservoir, so I had to dig around. Oh, gross. We'll see if this works. It's a Brembo, so, you know. And the new master cylinder works. Now that I have everything covered in brake fluid, including myself, the brakes are done. Which means all I have to do now is find a place to mount this switch up inside the inside there. There's something extra hilarious about working on this one. Like, it's always funny working on a little teeny tiny car as if it's a real car, but because this one's still so much closer to the, like, it doesn't have anything on it that makes it look bigger. You know, it doesn't have a seat that's too big.